Arranged marriage versus love marriage. Hi friends, welcome to Marriage Realities, a comprehensive relationship channel. Today's video is regarding the long fought out battle about which mode of marriage is the best. The debate of arranged marriage versus love marriage. This video will be discussing the pros and cons of arranged marriage. And we'll be discussing the pros and cons of love marriage also. This topic is going to be very interesting. So, watch it until the end. The concept of arranged marriage is something which the Westerners would find very strange. Marrying a person you do not love is something people from the Western countries cannot digest. I'm sure they find arranged marriages an unthinkable thing happening in their life. In Western countries, couples marry only for love. With one word of doubt. If Westerners marry only for love, why does the love marriages have such a short lifespan? Why is divorce more prevalent in Western countries than in countries where arranged marriages are common? I'm sure they do not have an answer to it. It is a fact that in Asian countries, arranged marriages is still prevalent. And it is also true that many arranged marriages have a longer lifespan than love marriages. Does this mean that arranged marriage is a better choice than a love marriage? No, it does not. Why? You cannot generalize the longevity of a relationship on the basis of love marriage and an arranged marriage. Yours can be an arranged marriage or a love marriage. The type of your marriage is not an issue at all. The stability of a relationship does not depend upon whether yours is a love marriage or an arranged marriage. The stability of your marriage depends upon many other factors than on the type of marriage it is. Your marriage drastically needs a strong foundation of love for each other. No marriage can survive without love. Couples marrying out of love should nurture the relationship to make it a success. Couples whose marriage is arranged should also nurture the relationship to make it a success. So, happiness in your relationship is not dependent on whether you married out of love or whether it was arranged by your parents. The strength of your marriage depends entirely on how you live it. Now, let us go straight into the debate. Shall we first analyze arranged marriage? Let us first look at the pros of an arranged marriage. You have the full support of your parents whenever you have relationship problems with your spouse. Your parents guide you about the proper way to lead your married life. The newness of your spouse excites you as everything about him or her is unknown to you. You feel thrilled when you keep getting emotionally intimate with each other. You do not have too many expectations in your arranged marriage. So, you're able to adapt and adjust to your spouse much better. Shall we now look at the cons of an arranged marriage? You feel very unhappy when you find your spouse not to your liking. When you're forced to live in a joint family, you wonder why you have to adjust with people you hardly know. You feel your in-laws are too intruding into your personal life. Does this mean that love marriage is a better choice? The pros of a love marriage. You know the characteristics of your spouse before your marriage itself. So, you know what you can expect from your marriage. You feel excited when your love for each other becomes wholesome when you enter into a wedlock with the person you ardently love. There are a lot less intrusion from your in-laws as they were not the deciding factor of your marriage. Cons of love marriage. Love marriage also has its own setbacks. Your spouse shows his or her true colors only after marriage. You're shocked when you see many negative qualities in your spouse which you never thought existed. Before marriage, you had many unrealistic expectations about your spouse. You're brought thudding to harsh reality when you realize that your spouse is not what you imagined him or her to be. Arranged marriage is completely the choice of your parents. Love marriage is the sole choice of couples because they loved each other. In arranged marriages, it is love after marriage. In love marriage, it is love before marriage. So, be it an arranged marriage or a love marriage, it is love that decides the stability of your marriage. In both kinds of marriage, it is how you want to live your married life that decides the stability of your relationship. In arranged marriages, you experience a mild feeling of exciting suspense as you're eager to know what type of a person your spouse really is. Your arranged marriage gets better and better as you understand your spouse as years go by. In love marriages, the euphoria of marrying the person you love is very thrilling and very exciting. You're literally in cloud nine. You also understand your spouse perfectly before your marriage itself. So you find it easy to make your relationship work with perfection. But wait, then why do you see a spurt of divorce among love marriages? Most love marriages nowadays end in the divorce court, an advocate friend of mine told me. Why? Couples married because they loved each other, didn't they? I asked her confusedly. You're right. When in love, couples mostly put their best foot forward. They never show the negative side to the spouse. This builds up great expectations about him or her. Often, these expectations crash into nothingness after a few years of marriage. Instead of adjusting with each other, couples opt for divorce. The lost look in the face after the divorce makes me wonder why they married at all. My friend made a lengthy confession. Does this make arranged marriages a better choice? No, it doesn't. Couples of arranged marriages also have too many high expectations. They too feel disappointed with their marriage. They too opt for divorce. Now for the verdict of which marriage is better, love marriage or arranged marriage. Any type of marriage blooms only when couples make efforts to make it a success. Sadly, modern couples make much ado about nothing. You have great expectations about your spouse and face great disappointments about him or her. Your love is so feeble that you do not overlook your crash expectations. When you're disappointed with your spouse, you instantly decide that your marriage has no hopes of survival. You're more than ready to annul your marriage and make efforts to make it work. But it is true that with the world turning modern, couples mostly prefer love marriage. Couples feel it is far better than arranged marriage as they at least know the person whom they are going to spend the rest of their life with. Times have changed. The concept of marriage has changed. Couples do not like the awkward situation of living with a complete stranger as it happens in arranged marriages. So, couples always choose the option of love marriage. Rightfully so. Your marriage can be an arranged marriage or a love marriage. Only you can make it work. No one else will do it for you. This video make you understand that your marriage can be a love marriage or an arranged one, but the longevity of your relationship wholly depends upon how well you're going to adjust with each other. Marriage Realities will have many such relationship eye-openers. Subscribe to my channel to understand your marriage in a new light. Press the bell icon for updates about my latest relationship videos. Make love forever until death do us part, your relationship goal.